right, good afternoon, everybody. Chris Gogolin here. I was planning on just popping in real quick, check out some of the games that were going on in the lobby, but saw an opportunity here to get a game in myself and couldn't pass it up. This will be game number 1 this month. Just getting started here. And of course, my opponent's first comment in the chat is, "No, me getting slaughtered is now going to be on Twitch." Oh, crushed is what he said. Sorry, crushed. Okay, so that's a fairly terrible starting hand, not gonna lie. Alright, so he's got Careful Planning, Shmi's Hut, Jedi Business, Farm Puller. Probably use this and pull, what, Mos Espa? Yeah, and then he'll just kind of set up like Tatooine Celebration or something, I guess. So welcome everybody to the chat. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Sunday afternoon. It's pouring rain here currently, and it's about to turn to snow any minute now, so always a fun way to start off, or to end a weekend. I guess, yeah, we just activate and find out what's in my force pile. But this is a pretty terrible start. So I assume we're going to see home 1 Akbar. Use Walkling to get launching and go from there. So let's see what we got. Where are we? Okay, my Mustafar is in my force pile. So that's good. Where am I on pullers? 1, 2. And there's a Sonic in there as well. Alright, so where about Vader's? 1, 2. And there's also a Vader in there. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to draw. If I hit what I want, I can fish out the Gick, but in the meantime, we're just going to have to activate and draw, because we've got no locations and no pullers. But sometimes that happens, and I'll figure out what card I want to lose based on what we draw here. There's the castle that I wanted. Nice. There's the Vader that I wanted. Is that the Sonic? Ah, I was going to say if that was the Sonic right there, that would be... I will take the Downtown Plaza or Prison into hand. I will get the Prison, because I assume he's going to give me a Tatooine location to go to. If he's smart, he won't pull it right away. He'll just kind of sit back and wait. Now the question is what card do I want to lose? He top-decked a Projection. I'll top-deck something. Oh, not Zuckuss. That was dumb. I should have just thrown away something stupid. Well, to answer your question, Wayun, I like to believe that my same way Tom has this feeling that our opponents won't watch the stream and will actually want to play and compete and win the game. But as unlike Tom, I actually watch my own stream while I'm playing and competing. So I can check and see who's in the chat and in the lobby, and if I saw my opponent hanging out in there, I'd be pretty disappointed. I might actually consider shutting the stream down. So, oh, yeah, thank you very much. Half of everything is luck. So, I will take it where I can get it. I've already had some bad luck. Top deck and Zuckus. That's going to be a problem trying to get that back. I don't think I'm going to get that back. I think we're going to be down a ship all game. But I always, of course, appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat. If you're not following me, please make sure you click the little heart up there in the top left corner and follow along. Trying to build up my followers so I can get to the point where someday I can actually get subscribers and that kind of stuff. Takes a while. Build up a following and build up a audience. So catch my Star Wars and Hearthstone streams if you enjoy either game. And he's going to play Speak. Get a Jedi Council Chamber. That's a good start for him. 3PO's going over there. All right. And now the question is, will he pull the location or not? He did not. All right. Well, with only 5 plus 1, 6 force, there isn't a whole lot that I can do to him. And he's getting 9. So let's just go get that Gick out of the deck. He saves 1. What don't I need? I can live without an Emperor. This is going to be another boring turn. While it's tempting to just throw down Iceheart and battle Shmi, I'm not really going to cause any overflow. She's power 2 plus a Destiny. She covers 6, so just doing that doesn't really do a whole lot. But if I put some force activation down and save a couple cards, I can do like Iceheart and Mara next turn and kill Shmi if she's still there by herself. And that might actually get some overflow through. So that's what we're setting up for. We'll see what happens. Obviously, he's getting 9. He's going to have more locations and stuff. Oh, he's going to fly casual for a Tantive. Guess we'll lose our backup Visage. As always, if you pop into the chat, just be sure and say hi. I like to know who's watching sometimes. I like to interact with my audience. But yeah, I had a feeling this game's going to get off to a kind of a slower start. He's not going to want to put his locations down until he can get guys there and back them up. And, you know, if I wanted to push the pace faster, I would have had to take my 2-2 instead of my 2-0. Alright, so he's got Mace, Lightsaber, a couple of Master Qui-Gons, Akbar, Hashin, so there's a home one floating in there somewhere. Anakin, Rey, which Luke do we think he's running here? He's got Jedi business, so it can't be Jedi Luke, so it's got to be EPP Luke. Could be Pilot Luke, I guess. There is a farm. Yeah, screwed up losing off the top on my turn. When I'm losing a Visage on his turn, I can afford to lose off the top because I have no escape in hand, and I could always no escape the card back. But I should never be doing it on my turn because obviously the card that's got to come off the top is going to get buried. And he'll shuttle her up. Yep. So now we got to do this thing where we just try and find our site. Very wise to get her out of dodge while he can. Obviously now he's got a battleground, so he can pull simple tricks. So I can't even do non-battleground drains. It's a good start for him. Very good approach that he took. Oh, and there's the out of commission to cancel Visage. That's fine. And now the game will really get slower. As we both just go down to him just draining one for a turn or two, which I'll probably end up making him pay for at some point. Alright, so Vader and Lightsaber are in there. My sight is not. 1, 2. There's a puller that's not in there. Point Man, Force Push are both in here. So I've got a Sonic and the sight that are both in my force pile. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull Vader. Get him out of the deck now. And then I'll worry about relocating him afterwards. I want to get him and the Saber out while I still can. And there's my sight. So we can leave the rest of those then. Yeah. I'll make him pay for it. No cheap drains of 1. You want to drain for 1, it's going to cost you. See if that convinces him to put his site out. Radis looking for something, misses. Mos Espa's in there. Still got a lot of the same cards just still floating around. Launching's in there this time around, so he could pull that. Blaster Deflection, sorry about the mess. Speaks. There's that Knights of the Old Republic card. No matching lightsabers this time around, so he either has Qui-Gon Saber or it's one of the cards he saved from last turn. Because it wasn't in his reserve deck last turn either. So Qui-Gon's lightsaber is either in his hand or is one of the 2 Force he had left. But Mesa's Saber is now in his Force pile. Let's do that for a little bit. Make the board a little bigger for the folks watching at home. And he is going to Jedi business now and get one of his sights out. Okay. Kenobi's going to the slave quarters, though. With an EPP Luke. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We didn't see any indication of like Sense or Alter in his deck, so I don't think I have to worry about that. He's going to go use pile fishing with Luke. And he can't afford to move over. So I guess he's just going to stock up, and then my guess would be he's going to try and like neighbor an over or something. He could just move over, you know, deploy a guy or 2 next turn and then move everybody over. But this is going to give me the opportunity to deploy 1 or 2 guys to Mos Espa and then relocate Vader from the castle and be sitting there waiting for him. And that sounds like a really fun thing to do. It also has another added little tiny bonus. It'll stop him from draining next turn, even if he wanted to. Alright, so we activate. I could drain for 1, but I don't see the point. So instead, we are just going to drop Dr. E. And Tarkin. I am then going to no escape to get my Visage back, because I may need that for damage, speed things back up. Let's move Vader over there. That flips Hunt down, so now he can't drain where he has a Jedi or a Skywalker. Skywalker, Shmi in space, Luke and Kenobi can't drain there anyway because there's nothing to do, but and that's a great card to pick up. I didn't see any indication when we were looking through his deck earlier that I didn't see Hujix, I didn't see escape pod combos, anything that would let me tell that he might be running Grimtosh. Certainly doesn't have a way to pull it unless it was all been active the whole time and or all in his hand already. So I'm not afraid of going above 12 here. I'll take one more. So I'm looking at the standings. It looks like Gornall's actually played most of his games already for this month. I was looking at that before. I think he's already played 9 or 10 games. He's just been cranking them out, getting them out of the way. Yeah. But I don't think he had a high point total, so certainly whether I win or lose this game will not exactly be the strongest opponent's win percentage, which is always the tiebreaker. But right now, I'll just be happy with just getting wins. I think I went 8-4 last month, so I'll. How did Kenobi move? During your control phase, may move your character from slave quarters to here. Characters. Oh, you can move them over with Mos Espa. Interesting. That's pretty clever. If I'd actually read the site, I would have known things like that. Well, that sucks. But that's cool, though, because I actually have some of the right guys that I need. Now he can drain for 1 in space. Alright, well, I don't need Vane anymore. Alright, so those are regular moves, so he's got 11 force to work with. There's nobody's site text I can cancel, but at least that Vader's immune to sorry about the mess. So that is a plus. He's going to put Walkling out of play to retrieve back the out of commission. Okay. You got 11 force left. If you wanted to battle, he would need at least 1 to do that. The site is in there. There's still a pretty decent amount of characters floating around through here. I mean, there's a nice clump of decent destiny as well. Clash means nothing to me. He'll pull the site probably now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards that are 3 or lower. I'm okay with that. Alright, Obi's got a saber now, so now he's got a couple of swings. There's nothing that protects my weapon from getting stolen. didn't think so. Feels like such a waste to pull that shield. Who plays Weapon Lev, really? But fine. The thought process is that when you see your opponent pull the Weapon Lev shield, it means that they're thinking about Weapon Lev, which means that they may have it. 9 times out of 10 they don't, but at this point in time, the worst thing that could happen to me is to have Vader's lightsaber stolen and not be able to swing at someone and operate on them with Dr. E. He did have the first aid combo in his deck, too. Okay, there's Padme canceling his game text. Now he's not immune to sorry about the mess anymore. And he's got Kenobi. Kenobi can rebel leadership to limit me to 1 destiny. We'll see if we can... This could be an interesting battle here. Depending on what other tricks he's got up his sleeve here, this could be an interesting battle. I could end up getting my ass kicked. Alright, so he battles, and who's going to swing first? Luke is going to swing at Dr. E. He's got the sorry about the mess. That's not a good start for him. Will he draw the second one? Nope, he draws a 5. And no sorry about the mess. So that was Luke, huh? Alright. Let's swing at Kenobi. Yep. Grab. Some people probably would have said swing at Padme in that situation. Just to make sure you hit someone, take him off the table, give Vader his immunity back. And that's probably a smart thing to do. I wanted to see, did he have everything? And make him play it all here. And he misses Tarkin. That bodes pretty well for me. I'm going to add a Battle Destiny here. And there's the leadership. That's going to keep me from drawing more than 1. So he just had to make him pull that as well. Alright. Yep. 12, 13, 14. 6, 7, 1 to battle. He's got a 4 for Battle Destiny, so if he draws a 2 or less, I can get out of here with just losing Tarkin. I'll probably still lose Vader. Yes. Not great for him. That means these coming up in here are a nice big pile of high Destiny cards. He's got to pick somebody to lose. And will it be Luke or Padme? He should probably lose Padme, but he is going to lose Luke. And Jedi's resilience him. Okay. We might take a slightly different approach here then. I have to lose him. Yeah, we'll lose Tarkin. And he can't run away. He can move Padme away, but he can't move Kenobi away because Kenobi already moved. This is a regular move. He's going to shuttle down Shmi, get some extra forfeit, or to put Padme with a Skywalker. Yeah, put Padme with a Skywalker. She also does something else, doesn't she? Battle out of sight subtracts 1 from each of my battle destiny draws. Oh no. Alright, so right now I'm looking at 4-LOM plus guy with weapon, whether it's Maul or Mara. I'm also going to try the sniper. If we can sniper Kenobi, then I can drop 4-LOM, cancel Padme's text, and drop Mara or somebody else too, and then Vader can then cancel Shmi's text, and things could go very well. I can do most of that anyway. Let's take a peek. What do we got in here? Some decent destinies? Yeah, those will do. Those will do nicely. Let's see if he's got... He only saved 2. He did save 2. Alright, well. Time to swing at Kenobi. Does he have the second blaster deflection? He does not. Cha-ching. Lose a force. Bye-bye, Kenobi. Lose a force. Throws away Clash, throws away Obi, and Lightsaber. Now my objective flips. So now we can do a couple of things. Pass control phase. Number 1, I can redeploy Visage. I can put Vane over there to protect it. He may have a barrier, so I'm going to make him play the barrier on Mara. Nope, no barrier. Now we battle. We can do these things in the right order. We have to 4-LOM first to cancel Padme's game text. Otherwise, Padme can then use her optional add a destiny to attrition thing. And that'll set up a condition for later. So now Vader gets his game text back. He's going to leadership to upload a guy. Alright, that'll shuffle his deck. He probably had some nice destiny coming up, so now he's going to shuffle that around. He took Leia. We'll cancel Shmi's game text, so now he doesn't subtract one from my destiny draws. And then we're going to hit some people in the face, because that is always fun to do. Which one does Vader want to swing at? His wife or his mother? His wife or his mother? I think he's got mommy issues. He really seemed like a mama's boy, so... He already tried to kill Padme once in the movies, so I think it's only fair that he, you know, give her, a time, give her a break. Okay, there's the first aid combo, so Padme's forfeit will not be reduced. I was wondering if he had that. He did. And still hit Shmi. Nah, we don't need an Emperor. So she's hit, and he loses another force. Oh. And he top decks the Anakin's lightsaber that he just shuffled around. And I think that's about all we want to do now. Probably losing Mara here, but that's okay. Padme got to keep her forfeit, huh? Still outpower him by quite a bit. He drew another 4. Okay, yeah, so we're losing Mara. So she covers 7. He's down 8. Ah. So he loses them both in a card. Well, not quite as spectacular as I had hoped, but we cleared the site. We reestablished Visage. We flipped our objective. We did some overall damage. Got rid of an Obi and his lightsaber, which is very important, getting rid of the lightsaber. We will now activate a force with Vane. We're not moving. That's fairly good. That's really good. That is unnecessary. And now he's got to lose one to Visage, too. Alright, so now we got a decent-sized lead here. We've got good, decent board position. Still missing... we'll activate one with Wipe. I didn't draw either character, so it's possible they're either going to come up soon, or it's the card I just activated. I was hoping to activate them with Vane and whatnot, but there aren't a lot of characters left. I could still use Vane to pull out one of my other Vaders, right? Because he just once per game gets a card with Vader in title, so he could pull one of my other Vaders out of my deck. I don't really want to do that now, though. I want to save that for later when he's still in the reserve deck and he's one of the lower Destiny cards. We've got 4 saved. We've got the Gick, so I'm not worried about Vane getting beat up. And now it's going to be, I assume it's going to be Luke and Leia over here at the farm. And that'll be how he spends his turn. He'd have to put Luke down, though. If he doesn't put Luke down, then he's not going to be, or Jedi. He could put, well, both maces are right in here. He does have a Ray. Launching is still in there. He pitched Walkling, so he can't get it. Otherwise, Destiny looks just a pile of 4s. It's 3 1s and everything else is 4. So a bunch of 4s would be 8. That would not hit Maul if he's with a Jedi and Phantom Menace. That's reassuring. And it would not hit Lord Vader either if I Persona replaced. Which I don't know that I want to try doing because I might just end up crashing Jemp or something. Alright, so Luke's coming to fight. But who's Luke coming with? Because Luke by himself, not the most threatening. Leia's going to the other site to get a card. He's got 6 force left. It could be a Jedi. Qui-Gon deploys for 5, I believe, with Jedi Business out and to an Episode 1 site. I think he's deploy 7 normally. So that'd be interesting. And obviously, I have a firm belief that he's been holding on to the lightsaber the whole time. So if he can dig out a Qui-Gon here from the used pile, that would certainly be helpful. He may also be thinking about something like a second copy of Blaster Deflection or something like that. But I'd like to believe it's another character that he's going to be coming down with. Celebration. I stand corrected. He's going to try and set up some retrieval, which I guess 2 battlegrounds is going to kind of be tough with him always having 1 in space because I don't have Zuckuss anymore because I'm an idiot. Yeah, we'll just say that casually. I'm an idiot. And thank you, chat, for not disagreeing with me. That's always nice and comforting. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. And Ray. Alright. That's what he dug out. Canceling Visage again. Okay. I guess Luke's gonna move over. Yeah. One, two, three, four, five. All right, so 5 characters left in the deck. Everything else pretty solid. All right, Darth Maul, time to earn your money. He saved 1. Barrier would make the most sense. How are the destinies? 2 crappy characters in there, but we can redraw one of them. Okay. What are the chances he's got lost in the wilderness? I'm going to go 5%. I will pay 3 and drain for 3, though. It's too hard to pass up a drain of 3. He can activate 1 if I need to as well. Okay. So we just top decked a Mace, top decked a Speak, top decked the Odin Nestler combo. So there went 2 4s and a 1. Okay. See if he gets barriered or not. Nope. I'm going to put this down even though it doesn't actually matter, because I can cycle a 7 back when I'm done. And just to make sure I hit everybody, we're going to add a P59 to the mix. I just really have to hit Luke, is really all it comes down to, because then I can flip him. We hit Luke, we hit Leia, we shoot Rey. That's a 6. That still works. Don't need to redraw it as long as it hits, which it does. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of leaderships and some double 4s. Let's try this one now. Nice. No, I do not want to redraw that. That hit him. Good piece of advice, kids. Never redraw a destiny that hits what your target is. Unless you're absolutely positive what everything else is, and you're just trying to move further down to a card you've got tracked. Oh, he just top decked a Mace and a Jedi Lev, so he's not going to draw the Mace. So there goes the other Mace. So that's 2 Mace Windu's gone. And let's go take out Leia now. Yes, I will Sith Fury Count Dooku. 2 for the swing, 3 behind it for the I Have You Now, assuming it doesn't get leadershiped or canceled by Hear Me Baby. Be right back. Alright, so let's see if he's got the canceller for this. He had the Hear Me Baby, but it's not unique. So I lose a card and he loses a card. And then I lose a card again. That's why you play 2 I Have You Nows if you're starting Crush. Alright, so he's up 2 power, and Ray still has her forfeit, so essentially I have to outdraw him by 9. These should all be pretty decent, though. I drew the characters earlier for the weapon destinies, so these should all be 4s and 5s. Yeah, 14. Gets me up to 25. Ray, 7, he's at 20, so he has anything less than 5 he draws, which he can't draw a 5 because everything in his deck was 4s or 1s. He draws a 4, so he loses everybody in a card. Oh, he doesn't even lose a card because Ray adds 1 to the total. Alright, so my I Have You Now did no extra damage. But it did get him to burn a Hear Me Baby. And once again, we've killed all his characters. I'm not going to activate a force yet because that's obviously my 7 sitting on top for my Phantom Menace. And who knows whether or not we may need a Destiny 7 card. But he's not retrieving this turn, and he's got to pay to drain for 1 if he wants to. And I'm okay throwing away a card from hand. Four, 1, 4, 4, and the 1 is Anakin. So he 3PO'd a card. There's no matching weapons. The only character is Anakin, who does nothing against a flipped hunt down objective. Alright, he's got a solo over there with the Chewie. Chewie gets him a card. Definitely still feeling the driver's seat in this game, so just need to take our time and just kind of lean on him. Obviously, solo being able to play an interrupt from the lost pile sucks. Rescue in the Clouds. Odds are pretty good he just got Anakin, but of course, against the flip side of Hunt Down, Anakin does him no good because, for those of you not familiar with the objective, opponent cannot initiate battles or force drains where they have a Jedi or Skywalker. The only way to flip me back is to put a Jedi or Luke at a battleground site or get Vader off the table. Vader's not leaving the table anytime soon, so his only option would be to put down a Jedi or Luke, and I've already killed Luke. I've killed Luke once. I killed Luke twice, but he Jedi Resilience the same one. So I assume there's at least a second copy. We haven't seen Qui-Gon yet. We've seen both maces go off the top, and a General Kenobi was killed earlier. And we'll just drain for 3. He's got 20. I've got 32. So I've got a nice 12 card advantage on him. And we'll just continue to push that advantage. There goes Akbar. The top decks a leadership and throws away the Anakin. So he took the Anakin to get the 1 out of the deck and then top decked it. Let's take a card with Vader. There we go. So my ship is still in there. Both force fields are in there. No force lightning, no force push. I'll throw Dooku down in front of him. Excuse me. We got 11 people watching in the GEMP chat there. And hopefully about half of you are in the Twitch chat as well. So thank you guys for watching the game on both parts and rooting for me, against me, or just, looking to just enjoy some Star Wars action. I'm okay either way. I'm a big boy. My feelings don't get hurt that easy. We're not going to battle. But I will slide 4-LOM over. It's like, yeah, I could move Vader over too. Then he's just going to move back. I don't want him moving back. I knew what that card was. I didn't need to draw that. Getting sloppy in my old age. Gornal. cost interrupt to retrieve a Padawan or Episode 1 lightsaber. Okay. So he can retrieve a Padawan or an Episode 1 lightsaber. So Obi's lightsaber's in there that he could retrieve, because I never found Grievous to go steal that. So he pays 1, and he retrieved Anakin. Okay. So he 3PO'd a card back. I know he's figuring out what he wants to activate. If he wants to shoot and draw 2 Battle Destiny, he needs to leave 4. 4-Lon will probably keep him from drawing the second Destiny, though. Very likely canceling Solo's text. Chewie will shoot, and then 4-Lon will cancel Solo's text, so he can't play an interrupt or add a Battle Destiny. And then depending on whether or not Chewie hits Dooku, could determine what else I do, whether I try and Force Lightning or anything silly like that. He's only going to activate 6. And he's going to leadership. Nobody in there to get. Qui-Gon Saber's in there. Anakin's in there. Sorry about the messes in there. And a couple of 4s. I'm sure that's probably not what he was hoping for, although I guess double checking to make sure Qui-Gon Saber was still reachable, because I guess he could drop Qui-Gon here, pull the saber, and like swing and hit both guys or something. Oh, he's going to drain for 1 first. At this point, I don't need an Evader Monarch anymore. If he wants to draw above 12, he can go right ahead and do that, because he's only got 14 cards left down. So, well, I feel very confident about my line of play at this point, and I'm pretty much not going to do much of anything. Vader's going to sit and drain, and I'm just going to keep throwing whatever random guys I find at whatever few characters he has left on the ground. So if you guys have questions or anything like that, go ahead and feel free to chat, because you're not going to really influence my play at this point. Yeah, here's Qui-Gon. He'll get the saber. He'll make a play on Vader. Even if he kills Vader, I've got 2 more in my hand. I don't really care. I don't really care. At this point, I want to just kill his characters and get them all off the table. So if Visage was still out, then I would care, because at least I'm losing a card or 2. But for right now, I don't really care. Whatever I can do to keep causing force loss and accelerate the game is really all I care about. So we'll just have to see where he... 1, 2, 4, 4, 4. So he could miss. A 4 and something not a 4 certainly misses. But even hitting Vader isn't really the end of the world for me, because the best he can draw for Destiny is a 4, and I feel pretty good in what I've got behind it. So he's not going to battle. Is he going to move and consolidate? Yep. He's going to move over. Okay. I can make Chewy power and forfeit -3 for the rest of the turn. That might be worth saving. So we cancel Solo's game text. We shoot Qui-Gon. Draw Destiny. He loses one of the two other characters. He's just going to keep moving back and forth, right? It's fine. I don't really have a lot to do with my force, so... He top decked Sorry About the Mess, so he would have missed. Persona replace. Seems like a good idea, right? Nope. Just shuffle 4-Lom back. And draw a couple cards. I don't need some of this stuff. This is just junk at this point. That's helpful. That's helpful. There he is. Let's play a defensive shield. Let's play Coward. And we'll activate, and we'll pass, and then we'll do some stuff here. He's only got one card left in hand. What could it be? I could probably just outrace him at this point, even if I wanted to. I could just throw the sight down and throw like Blizzard 4 over there. I can't imagine he's got much of any characters left to work with here. We will cancel Chewy's game text while we still can. So no bowcaster for Chewy. So he's only got one weapon, and I do have a force field now, finally. So Vader's not getting hit. 4-Lom will cancel Solo's text, so no second Destiny. I can play the Sonic to make Chewy power and forfeit -3. And then we're really not in much danger of getting overflowed. Might just lose 4-Lom and a couple of cards from hand. Solo's going to play an Interrupt from the Lost pile. Looks like he didn't realize what phase he was in. That's fine. He can fix that. I will allow that revert. So I'll activate my one with wipe again because that's where I reverted back to. And then we'll go to control phase. He could sorry about the mess. Forlom. I don't think he realized Vader's immune to it. I think he just realized Vader's immune to it. Maybe not. Maybe he knew. Holy Moses, he might miss. He missed Forlom. That was certainly unexpected. One of those situations where it's better to be lucky than good, right? So I will take that little bit of luck bouncing in my direction. Hey, it's Lando. Okay. So he will get a second Destiny. But I've got a Gick and plenty of Force to use it with, so we're okay. And Solo already used his once per game, so it doesn't really matter whose game text I cancel. Either one of them's adding a Destiny. So he took any card he wanted from the used pile. Well, if he had another Blaster Deflection, that wouldn't be helpful right now. Both my guys are going to die. Nothing I can do about that. Just got to pick and choose which of his I want to take down with me. Oh, he's got a Jedi's Concentration. That's the card he took. Okay. Well, that'll make this a little less interesting. He shouldn't have any other top level actions here. I'll just cancel Lando's game text because I can. So he's getting 2 draws. Actually, I'd kind of prefer if he lost Chewie at this point, I think. Because then I can put Blizzard 4 down. No, we'll make Chewie power and forfeit -3. Try to see if I can cut down on any potential overflow so I can save the Gick. I'll admit I was not expecting him to have that many characters left. Wow. Or a 7. Okay. We'll just have to do this the boring way. And he loses Lando because he's got no upkeep left for him. Sure, lightsaber can go first. Alright, so he can drain 2 and 1, and he can retrieve 1. It's 4 damage a turn. Right, I'll pull simple tricks to stop her from draining there. That's okay. Pass activate. Pass control. Throw a card away, get his lightsaber back. And since he has no hand, we'll put down my second battleground. We'll put down Grievous. We'll steal a lightsaber out of his lost pile. Add 1 to Force Drain where present. Add 1 to Force Drain if at a Naboo battleground. So we'll take Anakin's. That's not what I need. That's not what I need either. That's definitely not what I need. Alright, so he certainly clawed his way back into this game a little bit. Give him credit for keep working. That's what you got to do sometimes, even when it seems like you're behind in a game. You never know when an opportunity is going to present itself, so you got to keep clawing. That's a drain of 2. 1. And 2. There was that other mall. There was the other mall. And he's going to concede. Okay, yeah, I mean, he can, not much he can do here. He can retrieve 1, kind of drag the game out, but if he has no other characters left, these guys are just going to drain for 6, and that's going to really speed things along. So, good game by Gornall. He certainly played it right from the start. Just had a couple bad destiny draws not go his way. He missed Tarkin with a swing. He missed Forlom with a weapon swing. Guys that you should consistently be able to hit in a deck like this. There's a lot of fours in there, so you'd think he'd be able to hit those cards, but I was just curious how he looked on camera. But all right, so let's pop back to the lobby and see what's going on here. Ooh, I got a foil Monarch. Yay! I've been inactive for too long.